Good morning. It is April 22nd, Joshua 24, 1 through 33. Then Joshua summoned all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, including their elders, leaders, judges, and officers. So they came and presented themselves to God. Joshua said to the people, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Long ago your ancestors, including Terah, the father of Abraham and Nahor, lived beyond the Euphrates River, and they worshipped other gods. But I took your ancestor Abraham from the land beyond the Euphrates and led him into the land of Canaan. I gave him many descendants through his son Isaac. To Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. To Esau I gave the mountains of Seir, while Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. Then I sent Moses and Aaron, and I brought terrible plagues on Egypt, and afterward I brought you out as a free people. But when your ancestors arrived at the Red Sea, the Egyptians chased after you with chariots and charioteers. When your ancestors cried out to the Lord, I put darkness between you and the Egyptians. I brought the sea crashing down on the Egyptians, drowning them. With your very own eyes you saw what I did. Then you lived in the wilderness for many years. Finally, I brought you into the land of the Amorites on the east side of the Jordan. They fought against you, but I destroyed them before you. I gave you victory over them, and you took possession of their land. Then Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, started a war against Israel. He summoned Balaam, son of Beor, to curse you, but I would not listen to him. Instead, I made Balaam bless you, and so I rescued you from Balak. When you crossed the Jordan River and came to Jericho, the men of Jericho fought against you, as did the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. But I gave you victory over them, and I sent terror ahead of you to drive out the 2 kings of the Amorites. It was not your swords or bows that brought you victory. I gave you land you had not worked on, and I gave you towns you did not build, the towns where you are living now. I gave you vineyards and olive groves for food, though you did not plant them. So fear the Lord and serve him wholeheartedly. Put away forever the idols your ancestors worshipped when they lived beyond the Euphrates River and in Egypt. Serve the Lord alone, but if you refuse to serve the Lord, then choose today whom you will serve. Would you prefer the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates, or will it be the gods of the Amorites in whose land you now live? But as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. Yep, as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. The people replied, "We would never abandon the Lord and serve other gods, for the Lord our God is the one who rescued us and our ancestors from slavery in the land of Egypt. He performed mighty miracles before our very eyes. As we traveled through the wilderness among our enemies, he preserved us. It was the Lord who drove out the Amorites and the other nations living here in the land. So we too will serve the Lord, for he alone is our God." Then Joshua warned the people, "You are not able to serve the Lord, for he is a holy and jealous God. He will not forgive your rebellion and your sins. If you abandon the Lord and serve other gods, he will turn against you and destroy you, even though he has been so good to you." That's where that talking about looking a gift horse in the mouth, and apparently that was that. If you look the gift horse in the mouth, then you're going to get bit. But the people answered Joshua, "No, we will serve the Lord." "You are a witness to your own decision," Joshua said. "You have chosen to serve the Lord. And you have that choice too. Choose this day whom you will serve. Will it be God? Will it be your money? Will it be your job? Will it be your spouse, your children? Choose this day whom you will serve." "Yes," they replied, "we are witnesses to what we have said." "All right then," Joshua said, "destroy the idols among you and turn your hearts to the Lord, the God of Israel." The people said to Joshua, "We will serve the Lord our God. We will obey him alone." So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day at Shechem, committing them to follow the decrees and regulations of the Lord. Joshua recorded these things in the book of God's instructions. As a reminder of their agreement, he took a huge stone He took a huge stone and rolled it beneath the terebinth tree beside the tabernacle of the Lord. Joshua said to all the people, "This stone has heard everything the Lord said to us. It will be a witness to testify against you if you go back on your word to God." And they did, didn't they? Then Joshua sent all the people away to their own homelands. After this, Joshua, son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died at the age of 110. They buried him in the land he had been allocated at Timnath-Serah in the hill country of Ephraim, north of Mount Gaash. The people of Israel served the Lord through the lifetime of Joshua and of the elders who outlived him, those who had personally experienced all that the Lord had done for Israel. The bones of Joseph, which the Israelites had brought along with them when they left Egypt, were buried at Shechem in the parcel of ground Jacob had bought from the sons of Hamor for 100 pieces of silver. This land was located in the territory allotted to the descendants of Joseph. Eleazar, son of Aaron, also died. He was buried in the hill country of Ephraim in the town of Gibeah, which had been given to his son Phinehas. I find it interesting that when Moses died, then Joshua was anointed to lead the people, but now they are without a leader. They were without someone to guide them. And it even said that as long as Joshua was alive, then they followed the Lord, which indicates that after he died, they did not do that. So that's interesting to me that they did not choose a leader at that time. That's interesting. Luke 21, 1 through 28. While Jesus was in the temple, he watched the rich people dropping their gifts in the collection box. Then a poor widow came by and dropped in 2 small coins. "I tell you the truth," Jesus said, "this poor widow has given more than all the rest of them, for they have given a tiny part of their surplus, but she, poor as she is, has given everything she has." Some of his disciples began talking about the majestic stonework of the temple and the memorial decorations on the walls. But Jesus said, "The time is coming when all these things will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another." "Teacher," they asked, "when will all this happen? What sign will show us that these things are about to take place?" He replied, "Do not let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and saying the time has come. But do not believe them. And when you hear of wars and insurrections, do not panic." Ooh, that's happening in the U.S. Lots of insurrections here in the U.S. "Yes, these things must take place first, but the end will not follow immediately." Then he added, "Nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes, and there will be famines and plagues in many lands, and there will be terrifying things and great miraculous signs from heaven. But before all this occurs, there will be a time of great persecution. You will be dragged into synagogues and prisons, and you will stand trial before kings and governors because you are my followers. But this will be your opportunity to tell them about me. So do not worry in advance about how to answer the charges against you, for I will give you the right words and such wisdom that none of your opponents will be able to reply or refute you. Even those closest to you, your parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, will betray you. They will even kill some of you, and everyone will hate you because you are my followers. But not a hair of your head will perish. By standing firm, you will win your souls." That's kind of scary because in America, it's kind of getting that way, that Christians are persecuted. I mean, mention you're a Christian on social media, and then you're attacked and called all kinds of names. And even sometimes people referring to Christians, they're not referring to them kindly. So it's happening, but it's I feel like it's going to be on a much greater scale soon. I'm not sure how soon, but I just feel it coming because of the way everything is going right now. And our country is trying to take away the safety net that religions have had in this country. And they're trying to dictate to us what we can and cannot do. And pretty much trying to convince us, let's say, that we're wrong for believing in God. So there is coming a day when we will be persecuted, when we will be called to court on account of our beliefs. Some already have. The bakery in Utah or somewhere that refused, Montana, I don't remember where it was, but they refused to make a cake for a gay couple getting married, which is honestly their choice. Every business has the right to refuse anybody service, so I don't know why this had to be such a big deal. They don't even have to give a reason why they're refusing. But our country got all up in arms about that, and they were sued, and they lost a lot of money. I believe they had to close their bakery too because of it, which is really sad. So because they believe differently than a minority group, I feel like it's growing, but then they have to lose their business. They have to lose all their savings. That's just wrong. America is going crazy for minorities, and it's leading us to hell in a handbasket. So that's very interesting. Crazy times are coming. Just remember that I warned you about it. So make sure that your heart is in the right place with Jesus. Make sure that you're saved before those days come, because it won't bode well with you for you if you do not choose Jesus. Kind of heavy today, but sometimes it has to be. And thanks for reading the Bible with me. Don't forget to click over here for Psalms and Proverbs. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. God bless you. I love you guys. Bye.